For this assignment, what you're doing is you need to go to the with the link I gave you, go to the Vernier video analysis, and here you're going to choose the file. Now here you're going to go choose the file that you recorded. Mine is in downloads, and I named it Slow Your Roll. Hopefully you named yours something so that you can find it. All right, so when you open it, you want to move it to the point of interest. Here I'm going to move it to right where it starts moving. All right, and then I'm going to move this little arrow up there too. So you want the arrow right when it starts moving. All right, and then I'm going to do it right when it hits the end too, when it stops, which is right here. All right. Right there. That's too far. Right, I want it right at the end. Doesn't really matter, as you'll see. All right, so I can turn these off right now so I can see bigger. Now, the first thing you want to do is you have to go to System first, and then you want to stretch this and put this line across the meter stick. This is why we had to have the meter stick in the video. This tells the software, the app, that this is 1 meter, right? Now the other thing you have to do in System is set the origin. And the origin, here we're going to move the video back to the beginning. I'm just sliding it back. The origin is the start, which we're going to call the center of our wheel. All right, so I put that crosshair right in the middle. That's where it's starting. And then because we're going down at an angle, I also want to move this. So I grab this and look, I can move my hand out further so it's easier to adjust. I just pull it down right on top of that bar. All right, so now it's going all the way across the bar. All right, so now I have my system set up. All right, then we're going to want to go to add. All right, but before we start adding, don't add yet. Down here. Now, if this is closed, you'll have to open it. So hit this plus button. Right here in the settings, you need to open that instead of 1 frame. All right, I'm going to go to 10 frames. That's going to make things a lot easier. All right. This tells how much the video skips forward each time you track. You'll see. All right, so I'm closing this. And then I'm going to start tracking. So I've got my add. And then, look, I'm going to go right in the middle. Right there, right in the middle. And you can see, like, we're at an angle a little bit as far as the axis. I'm going right in the middle, so bam. All right, I'm going to go right in the middle again. And then right in the middle again. Right in the middle again. And again. And you just keep on doing it. All right. Now it's going slow at first, but it'll get easier. And then you'll just do it throughout the video. Right, till we get to the other side of the video. Now, if you need to zoom in and make this bigger so that you can do it easier, you can do that. Right now, I'm working on a big enough screen, so that's not a problem. Also, it helps that I can line the circle up almost exactly with our wheel. So if you can get it close to doing that, that also makes it easier. All right, we're getting there. All right. That last one might not be any good. In fact, I think I'm going to want to edit that, and I'm going to take this one. We'll get rid of it. We'll throw it in the garbage. Oops. All right. Anyway, now let's look at what we have. So you'll have to come up here to this and turn on the graph. And then look, you can stretch this across like this. Right? And look, the y-axis was the other part. It's going up here. And we're not interested in the y-axis. So we're going to turn the y-axis off. All right. We can turn, that's how, see, that's our velocity line right there. Anyway, we don't want that right now. What we want is this. So what do we see here? Now, the other thing you need to do, all right, let me click off of this. Click that again. You click, turn this on and off like this. All right, so the other thing that you can do is you need to come down here to the graph options and click on, and then you can apply a curve fit. All right, and you can see that it's trying to put a straight line on there, and that straight line's not working very well. All right, what we need is a quadratic line, and there we go. We'll apply, and there we go. There's our line. So obviously that is not a straight line, is it? Anyway, and we can find the acceleration. This is the acceleration if you multiply it times 2. That would be in meters per second square, right? So it's a very small number. Well, it's twice this number. It's a very small number because the axis is very small, and it takes a long time for it to accelerate and go very far distance because the axis is so small, so tiny that it's rolling on. Anyway, so make sure you take a screenshot of this. Look, you can also play this again and watch it go down, and it'll do the dots, right? So you can play it, and it will go down. And anyway, so make sure that you take a screenshot of your graph that you created. Take a screenshot of your graph and of your tracked video. All right.